So here they be. These are my new handlebars. Nice and shiny. And when you get new grips, you'll notice one of the ends is bigger than the other. And that's the end that goes around the throttle side, the bigger side. And then this just goes around the clutch side. So I'm going to go ahead and just put the clutch side on right now. One side down. So, don't pre-install the grip as you saw me just do, because through doing this I realized I had to take off the turn signal switch and the clutch lever, and pulling it off of the handlebar, I couldn't do that as easily with that grip installed. Disconnect all your cables. So go ahead and disconnect your negative cable on your battery. That's not absolutely necessary, but since you're going to be messing with some wires over there, I just figured to keep things from being bumped and shorting out, it's a good idea. So now go ahead, grab a pocket knife and just cut the old grips right off of the handlebar. Next, we're going to go ahead and disconnect the sensor from the clutch lever, and you'll disconnect the cables from the turn signal switch box. Then there should be, every bike's different, but it should be fairly simple. There should be 2 screws that hold the switch box on. And then I go ahead and put the switch box back together and put those screws back in the box so that I don't lose them. Next, you'll remove the clutch lever and the mirror. And then go ahead and just cut all of the zip ties holding any cables to the bars themselves. All the zip ties. If you have zip ties holding your cables. And then same thing with the next side. So you're going to disconnect the wiring that goes to the kill switch and to the starter. You'll go ahead and take off the master brake cylinder. Remember to put those pieces back together and put the screws back in so that way you don't lose them. Now when you remove the switch box for the starter and the kill switch, underneath that is going to be your clutch cable, or I'm sorry, your throttle cable and your throttle tube. Now as you're taking this piece apart to take it off of the handlebar, make sure that you pay attention and you do it slowly so that way you can see how the tube and the cable are situated underneath there, so that way when you put it back on, you kind of know how everything goes back together. If you grab yourself a small screwdriver for the next bit, on my bike, right on the top of the handlebars where they're bolted in, there are little caps that you can remove so that you can gain access to those bolts. So this thing has 1,001 uses. I highly recommend getting a precision screwdriver to pull off these little tabs that hold the handlebars on.
Yeah.
So as you're putting the handlebars on, what you want to do is just go ahead and put the clamps back on and only tighten them finger tight. This is so that way you can sit on the bike for a moment and kind of put the handlebars in the position that is most comfortable for you. And then once you find the position that you want and that you like and is comfortable, then go ahead and torque the rest of the way down to make sure that those don't move. Make sure you got them centered as well. You put the tabs back in place, and then we're going to work backwards from here. We'll go ahead and put the grip on the clutch side after we get the mirror and the clutch lever back on, and then we'll put the turn signal switch back on, and then put the grips on. Cut the grip off of the throttle tube. And I'll leave a link for you guys in the description on where you can get these grips, where I got the handlebars, where you can get that sexy Kershaw blur that you see me whipping out. A Kershaw blur is the sexy pocket knife I'm using, FYI.
Yeah. What'd you think? I'm just gonna put the windshield back on, or maybe I'll leave it off. I don't know. Brand new grips on there. Got a zip tie. These cords. Probably right here. Because I had to cut all the zip ties. Maybe I'll even wrap it around my bob. But yeah. Just tighten all this up. Alright, so I hope you guys found this video useful. Like this video, share this video, and if you want to see more in the future, consider subscribing. Alright, Moto Mantha out. Stay safe.